Hello, my name is Philip Bourne and I'd like to welcome you to the Computer Education Management Association Technical Training Management course. On the screen you can see a book, and in fact the book forms the basis of the course. On the agenda that I'm going to take you through over the next few minutes, I'm going to give you a general introduction about SEDMA the company, and also about myself, as I was responsible for writing the book. Also give you some information on the rationale behind the book and why we are converting the book into a training program that will benefit all of those involved in vendor IT training. I'm also going to give you a general overview of what will be covered on the Technical Training Management course, which again is based on the chapters that have been put together for the book. And finally, a summary. You can see there that the module objectives are there to explain the rationale behind why we were developing the course, and actually to get you all excited about this environment that we're all part of, where we're actually passing useful information, developing the skills of others around us. The course topics are as shown on the left-hand side. From an introduction perspective, SEDMA, which stands for Computer Education Management Association, is the sponsor behind the development of the book and the development of the course. SEDMA itself is a premier organisation. It's a trade association, in fact, that's been set up to support training managers that work for the vendor IT industry. We do not allow training managers from other companies that are providing training for multiple vendors. And that's a good thing for us, because what it means is that I can talk with people from different companies within the vendor industry, and we can talk about common themes, common issues, and address those challenges that normally we wouldn't be able to share with anybody outside of the industry. If you look on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see the various logos that represent the companies that we currently support and work for, and are members of our organisation. Regarding myself, I have over 30 years experience in the provision of computer education. I've had the opportunity to develop all the disciplines associated with that, from being an instructor all the way through to curriculum development manager and ultimately running a training business. I've had both international and global management experience, as you can see from the fact that I'm using dollars and not pounds, so going from 2 million to 120 million. And I've worked for a number of companies as a director, the last three being US companies and the first one being a United Kingdom company. I've also held a number of non-executive roles, both with the British Computer Society and more recently as chairman and non-executive director for SEDMA. So from a rationale perspective, what you find in the industry, very similar to that of IT in general, there are a lot of skill shortages in the IT industry. And that is also very true of the training industry in terms of not so much instructors, but the training managers. So from a commercial training management perspective, there's a lot of gaps. And as you can see from both of those pictorials on the screen there, we need to make sure we've got the right skills, the right knowledge, the right experience, and the ability to grow. If you're from the learning and development background, there is a lot of training, a lot of certification programs in support of that side of the industry. But from a technical training commercial perspective, there is nothing out there at the moment. So what that means is that when we're trying to make sure that individuals develop their skills and then bring them together to provide a combined performance, there is a skills gap there. And that's the gap that we're looking to fill from SEDMA. So what we're looking to do is to use the reference book as the base, and then to form around that a series of training sections. The first one being knowledge, then skills, which helpfully then leads you to experience, then finally to wrap around that performance-based. And we're looking to award recognition for achievement in those areas through the use of badges and ultimately a certification program. Now, I've put on the slide deck here a couple of endorsements. When we first developed the book, we decided to share the book with a number of leading experts. In fact, we went out to 5 leading experts from around the world. And we gave them a simple brief. Can you please review the book and give us your genuine and honest comments as to what you felt the book was achieving. And what I've highlighted in yellow on the screen are two of those endorsements that have come back from Cushing Anderson, who's the VP of Education and Certification at the IDC, and also Donald Taylor, who's the chair of the Learning and Performance Institute. And what you see there from both of those is a similar theme, that they feel that the book is useful for both experienced business leaders or those that are new to the area, and provides information about definitions that are either often misunderstood or training concepts they don't know how to apply. And it was with great pleasure that the board of directors at CEDMA looked at the 5 endorsements, and as I say, before we asked for any answers to specific questions, they all came back with a similar response, which from our perspective confirms that we've actually covering an area that is required. So in terms of course contents, the course itself, as I've mentioned, is based around the chapters in the book. And the way that we've structured those chapters is we've structured them into what we call foundation modules. There are 4 foundation modules defined there. The first one is strategy and business design. For those of you who've ever set up a training company or any company in general, we all know that you need to have a defined strategy and a defined business execution plan. If you don't have one without the other, then you get challenges. In fact, there was an ex-CEO from Texas Instruments called Morris Chang who made a comment which was, without strategy, execution is aimless, and without execution, strategy is aimless. That is a very true statement. Unfortunately, or fortunately, it depends how you look at this, but in my career, I've actually been involved with a number of companies where I've walked into the role and they said, we've got challenges, we're not hitting our numbers, we're not making a revenue, we've got problems with the staff. And what I found in 100% of the cases is because there was no clear defined strategy, which proves the point about Morris Chang. We also have modules on sales and training delivery strategy, business operations management, and offering development and management. And what you see on the right-hand side of the table is the alignment with the book chapters. We have actually 18 chapters, and they're all aligned with these foundation modules. Now, the purpose of the foundation module is to give a general overview in all of those areas to what technical training management covers and is responsible for. If you need to get into more detail, so you may not all be executives of a training company at the moment. The idea behind this training course, of course, is to get you to that position. But you might be specialising in curriculum development, or you might be specialising in technical product management. And what we've done is develop modules for every single chapter, which aligns with the main skills and disciplines required for somebody to be successful within the training industry. Once you've gone through those modules, then we will be setting up a pathway to certification. As we mentioned, the process would be to read the reference book, then to enroll for the foundation modules, get the general background of what technical training is about, and then move into your specialist areas and develop both the skills and the experience, followed by performance-based enhancement. Now, the difference between skills and experience and performance, skills and experience collectively, when applied correctly, gives you the competence to do the role. But if you're going to be really successful in an organisation, a company wants you to be able to perform, to generate the expected results that's going to make them successful. And this is what this series of modules and what this course is all about. So in summary, the course and the book for existing managers provides a detailed insight into how to run a successful business, and for new managers provides the knowledge and the guidance for them to be able to move forward in a successful career. What I'd like to do now is to say thank you for watching. I hope you found the information useful, and I very much look forward to seeing you on the next foundation modules. And for me, it's goodbye.